Welcome back, everyone, to AHSAA TV Weekly. We are so excited to welcome to our program today Coach Mitchell Holt, head softball coach for Central-Phenix City Lady Red Devils, and shortstop Gerritt Griggs. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, let me start with you. Your team is ranked 4th by the Alabama Sports Writers Association. Obviously, this is a special team. You guys are enjoying a lot of success. Tell me, what is the secret to this year's team success?
We've had this is our 3rd year being ranked pretty high. It's just the culture of the team. It always takes great athletes and all the fundamentals and stuff. But what separates good teams from great teams is the culture that they create and the accountability. And they're just competitors. They're really good softball players, but also they compete and they love each other and they enjoy being around each other. So there's things that I've had to deal with, and any coach has to deal with in most years, that when you have good culture and they care about each other, those things seem to go away and they're less of a distraction. And so you can spend more time focusing on, the fundamentals of the game and the game itself rather than, trying to get them all to get along. So it's been a blessing to have a group that's, that loves each other. They truly enjoy being around each other. Some of our best times are off the field on the bus and out at dinner and things like that. So that makes a huge difference.
Well, Coach, I understand one of your secret weapons on and off the field is sitting there next to you. I want to read, Gerritt, some of your stats and then ask you about them. There's so many. First of all, you're batting .614 right now through 31 games. You've got 13 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, 44 stolen bases, and at shortstop, you've had a hand in 14 double plays already this season. So, Gerritt, how do you do all of that?
Really, it's just about trusting my teammates. I wouldn't be able to have all the RBIs and everything else without the people in front of me getting on base. So I just really put a lot of trust into everybody around me because I wouldn't be able to do it without them. And the trust that I put into my coaches for getting me to where I am today.
Well, and Coach, even off the field, tell us how important Gerritt is to your program.
She's been around a long time. She was the bat girl, before she ever became a player in the program. And, it's kind of a family connection. Her mom's our assistant coach, and she does a lot, and plays a bigger role than most assistant coaches. I rely on her pretty heavily to take care of a lot of things, and I trust her pretty much to do anything she feels we need to have done. And Gerritt's, right there with her. Just everybody knows what they're going to get out of Gerritt every day as far as her effort and energy. And she's in a really talented class of kids that have been part of varsity for going on their 4th year now. She's surrounded, by a junior class that's been really strong for us for 3 or 4 years now. And it helps when you know that you can rely on a group of kids as your core. Again, going on 3 or 4 years now, that's a long time for a varsity core, and then you got them all coming back again next year. So it's important. But, just the tone that they set, the standard that they set, and they compete in anything they do, whether it's a fun little game or, we went crab hunting at the beach, and we probably competed harder at the crab hunt that evening than we did actually on the field down at Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. So it was pretty intense.
Well, Coach, I understand that your team heads to Albertville for a tournament this weekend. What do you hope to accomplish? And kind of lead me through what you see happening for this team the rest of the season.
We're 2 games in the area. We had 2 tough games against Auburn last week, and we were able to come off, out 2-0. We've got Opelika tonight, and then we have Smiths next week. So we're not halfway through area. After tonight, we'll be halfway through our area. And going to Albertville, my roommate in college was a Sardis head coach. He's putting on the tournament, and we went up there a couple years ago, and it's a beautiful park complex they have up there, and it's turf. So when the rains hit, you're more than likely going to get your games in. But we get to see teams we don't normally see down here, and those fields being 225, it's important that we play on them because we're fortunate enough to get back to Oxford. The fields we play on there are 225, so that kind of changes things as far as your cuts, your fly ball communication. And also kind of what you anticipate to happen should you find a gap at the plate. You can usually stretch it an extra 60 foot. So those are things that we value as far as trying to play at Oxford, trying to play in Albertville, play on the bigger fields, because it's not that big a difference, but there are little quirks that can make and break you at state.
Well, both of you, obviously this interview is to talk about softball and the success that you're having here, but we could have had both of you sit down for an interview last December. Coach, you were the coach of the Central girls flag football team that won the state championship. And Gerritt, you were the quarterback of that team. So obviously you guys experienced some success together in that. Tell us what that championship and that team meant to your school.
It was really exciting just to have new group. Instead of being around softball all the time, we got to be around some people that we don't normally see. But it just was so cool that we all got to come together as one team and just bring home the championship.
And Coach, what about for you? What is that new sport, relatively new sport, in that championship meant to the school?
You know, I mentioned the softball corps a few minutes ago, and most of that corps played flag football. And so we knew we had competitors, and we were able to get some basketball, some soccer girls, track girls, all out there and compete. And it, like Gerritt said, to bring different sports together to play one and get the best athletes in the school together was pretty cool. I'm sorry, we're dealing with a phone. Nobody ever calls me. But back to the question, it was cool to have everybody come together and to win. Our golf team, our female golf team, won a state championship. I guess about 10 years ago or so, maybe longer than that. But they were the first team that on the field together to win a state championship, first female team in school history. So it was really special. It really was. I graduated from here in '99, so I've been around Central and Phenix City pretty much my whole life. So to be part of that was special for me personally, but to accomplish it with the kids that we accomplished it with made it even better.
So is it safe to say that momentum that was built during flag football has carried over into spring sports and specifically into softball?
Yes, ma'am. It was, they don't like losing. I'll tell you that. And it definitely carries over. But we knew that last softball season. You know, we were able to have the school's first #1 ranking in the state. I felt like we, accomplished a lot during the regular season, but the postseason didn't go the way we wanted it to. So our focus then has been this year to be ready to peak when it matters the most. Last year we peaked about this time a year ago, and we had a really big run in our tournament and beat some really good teams. But when it mattered most, we didn't get the outcome we wanted. So we're focused on trying to be at our best in 3 weeks, more so than in the middle of the season.
Well, Gerritt, I don't want to leave before asking you about your future plans. You've obviously seen a lot of success in various sports. Do you plan to play sports at the next level?
Yes, ma'am. I'm playing at the University of Alabama to play softball.
Very good. Well, congratulations to both of you on numerous successes. We wish you all the best the rest of the softball season, and we hope to see you again.
Awesome. Thank you for having us.
And we'll be right back after this on AHSAA TV Weekly.